afternoon, we will take time to look at our Sunday school lesson this morning. It's entitled Called as the Intercessor. With an adult topic, Standing in the Gap. Coming from St. John 17th chapter, verses 14 to 24. Main thought is coming from verse 20. It reads, "Ye need to pray for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word." Father, we pray now that you bless your word, bless your teacher, bless your people that we would receive the word, Heavenly Father, to encourage our hearts and minds to continue to walk with thee. I will thank you and love you. It's in Jesus' name I do pray. Amen and thank God. As we've been looking and following the Lord's public ministry, now he's down to the end of his public ministry. We're on the breaks now of Jesus being betrayed, him being tried in these night courts, on to his crucifixion. We are preparing now to move into those areas. And Jesus, one thing about it, he teaches us one thing. When you find yourself up against the world and the world's way of doing you wrong, one thing we ought to do is pray. And he's not only teaching us that we need to pray when things seem to be going against us, but we need to also pray one for the other. He's coming now and teaching us that he prayed as this intercessory prayer for his disciples, and he also mentioned us in his prayer. I'm firmly a strong believer that somebody prayed for me as I went along my journey with evil and take that ride with the devil. I know Grandma prayed for me. I know my daddy prayed for me. I know my mother prayed for me because I wouldn't be where I am if had not someone prayed for me. Others seen me in my mess, and they realized I needed a Savior on my side, and they took time out to pray for me. So as Jesus is now preparing to pray for his disciples, it teaches us not only should we take everything that the Lord does as an example for us to do as well. We want to pray for somebody else. Our world has changed in such a way that there's so much evil in our world, and we're watching all this stuff transpire in our world. It's now for the believer to take time and pray for the situation that we see in our world. Jesus, not only in this prayer, if you go back and read that chapter 17 in John, after Jesus had prayed for himself, knowing that he would need that going into the situation he's going to, it shows that even when you're praying for yourself, you have to always pray for others. And that's what change came in these verses that we have on our Sunday school lesson today, 14 to 24. He changed the direction of his prayer and began to pray for his disciples. Because he knew he was now getting ready to leave this world. The disciples wouldn't be there. He wouldn't be there for the disciples when they needed him to come right to him and say, Jesus, what do we do now? How do we go about this now? But they would have to learn how to lean and depend on their prayer life. And likewise it is. It's good that when we find ourselves in a tight spot, we can lean and depend on the Lord. Let's see how Jesus, he prayed for us. And there's some things that we're going to find out that the Lord prayed for us. It wasn't for us to have a brand new car, a nice house. He didn't pray for all those things. But those are benefits. I was asking about that come along with the knowing the Lord, that he would give you all the desires of your heart. But when he started this prayer out, he told this fault. He said, look, I have given them thy word, and the world hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. He said, I pray not that they should be taken out of the world, but thou should keep them from evil.
That's right.
But the first thing that the Lord prayed for us, that we need to really understand, that he didn't pray that God would take us out with him when Jesus was leaving here. He didn't pray that he would take us out of this world. And when you think about the world in this sense that he was talking about, the world is a system that is set up that leaves God out. Y'all know some places, y'all know some things, y'all know some people that we come in contact with. They just completely leave God out. And we have to be careful how we associate ourselves with those individuals, because what we are trying to open up the bloodstream bank. So when he prayed for his disciples, he prayed that they would be protected from evil. And the evil is the devil. He means to do what he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And Jesus in his prayer prayed for the disciples that God would keep them from evil. And if you were to look at yourself and really understand that the time that God had protected you from the evil hand of the devil, you can what? You can reflect and assure that this prayer is coming true. I know for a fact, that the devil could have took me out here before I even met the Lord. I was in the midst of some really fiery things, but somebody could have took my life out. But by the hand of God, he protected me, even in my mess, from being destroyed. So we see that the Lord's prayer, as he interceded for us, it came true. He said, protect them from evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. And Jesus knew, and when he left there, his disciples were going to be up against so much criticism, so much scripture, that the pressure of this world was going to be against them, because they were standing for something else. And when you stand for Christ, everybody's not going to be in agreement with you, everybody's not going to be on your side. But we got to learn how to know that the Lord had prayed for us, that the evil will not overtake us. I was listening to a sermon the other day, and it was talking about the Lord's Prayer, the 23rd Psalm, how we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and we shouldn't fear no evil. We got to be conscious of this, and if the Lord prays that he keep us from evil, look, evil's going to be all around us. It scares us sometimes to see the trouble that's in our world. Guess what? We can't be afraid of the evil, because Jesus prayed for us. And we have protection in these evil times that we're living in. Not only do we pray for our protection from evil, the next thing he asked the Lord for, that he might glorify us in sanctification. Verse 17 says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true. That's right. So Jesus now prays for our sanctification, that we be set aside for God's use. Now, a lot of times we always say, use me, Lord, in our service, draw me near every day. And when the Lord begins to use you and start taking things away that this world is trying to hold you to, he's trying to separate you up, that he might get glory out of your life. Right. I realize, sanctified is not all about how much you can dance in the that the drunk will be, how high you can jump, how loud you can shout. It's how straight you can walk. Because what this world needs to see now is to see more of us living like Jesus. So he prayed that we be sanctified through his truth. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and the life. If we know for a fact that Jesus is that truth that we need to walk in, that's what sanctifies us as we get closer to him and look more and more like him. It sanctifies us through his truth. Look, it says, as God has sent them into the world, even so I have sent them into the world. The same mission that the Lord has, God sent his son down here to die for the sins of this world. Jesus helped us to do the same. We need to go out and seek and save those which is lost. By what? By being an example of Christ's love. We can't save anybody. We can show somebody the way by allowing Christ to be shown in our life. Glorify him in all ways. So it says also, and for their sakes, I sanctify myself, that they also might sanctify through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. That's right. And when the Lord said that he's going to sanctify himself, he didn't have anything that he had did wrong. He didn't know no sin. There was no sin in his life. But what the Lord was prepared to do is die for the sins of this world. And he was going to go to that next step and sanctify this whole world through his death. He was going to take that extra step. And likewise, if he did that for us, why we can't take the step to live our life that is pleasing in his eyesight? That's all he's looking for us to do. He looked all the way down. And I don't know if anybody caught on chapter verse 20. When he was praying for his disciples, he said, I don't pray for them alone. He said, but I pray for them also that shall believe through their word. It's like Jesus saw me. I'm making it personal right now, that I was going to come along and I was going to need a Savior. Look, he was praying for me before I even got here. and we make it through. Not only pray for me, pray for you as well. Anybody that would believe on his word, guess what? He was praying this same prayer that the Lord, that God would sanctify him and use him for his glory. That they all may be one, as the Father art in me, and I in thee, and they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And in order for us to really represent the Lord in the right way, we all have to look like the same. I wish I had somebody. There's one faith. There's one baptism. There's one God. Now, I hear a whole lot of stuff out there that everybody says, well, it's more than one way to get into heaven. No. I beg different. There's one faith. There's one baptism. There's one God. And if we don't all represent that one, how can two walk together except they agree? And Jesus said, make them one, Father, as you and I are one. The same way you and I are close to one another, I want you to make my people the same way. So likewise, we got to love one another. We got to show respect to one another, that we represent God in such a way that we glorify him in our sanctification. In other words, I remember when the Lord saved me, and that peace and that joy I had, I said, I don't want nobody to disturb my peace. I don't want nobody to disturb my joy. And look, I thought I could just keep it to myself. But I found out for me to share, I wish I had somebody so that others might have the same joy that I was experiencing. So he also says here, and then I'm through, he prayed for the future. That's right. Because he wanted to glorify us in this oneness. He prayed that we would be protected, he prayed that we be sanctified, but he prayed in the future that we all would become one in him. Look what he says here. And the glory which God gave me, I have given to them, that they may be one, even as we are one. The glory that God gave his Son, he passed it on to us. That we should not, destroy or make his glory ashamed. I wish I had somebody. In other words, the God that gave us, we ought to care for it enough, that we respect God enough, that we can walk in his will and in his way, that demonstrate his glory through his very word. I in them and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, that the world may know that thou hast sent me in thy love, and thou hast loved them as thou hast loved me. The only way this world will see that God so loved the world that sent only God's Son, and whosoever believes in him should have everlasting life. The only way the world's going to see that is through what? Through the believer today. That's right. We have to be the representative of God's love in a perfect way. Not that we are perfect, but that we are complete in Christ. And we're able to live this life before them. He closed out these words. He said, Father, I will that they also, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am. And I like that. Because Jesus went out to prepare a place for us, where he is, we shall be also. He prayed for that right here in this lesson. He said, Father, look, I will that also, whom they have given, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory, which thou hast given me, for thou hast loved me from the foundation of the world. That's right. Grandma prayed for me, but she prayed that I finally get my life right with the Lord. That's right. My daddy prayed for the same prayer. He wanted to make sure I get my life right with the Lord. I wish I had somebody. Mama the same way. Pray that I finally get my life right with the Lord. But Jesus not only prayed, when he prayed that I get my life with the Lord, his prayer stuck. That's right. He protected me, he sanctified me, he's making me one. I wish I had somebody with him as I am one with my brothers and sisters. So we find out the prayer that he prayed. The scripture says the fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. Anyway, those who are in close contact with God can get a prayer through. I wish I had somebody. But here's the Savior of the world. God himself in the flesh. He took the time to pray for us because he knew we were going to need help along the way. A songwriter says, somebody prayed for me. It had me on their mind. Took the time to pray for me. I'm going to change that up there. Jesus prayed for me. He had me on on his mind. He took the time to pray for me. I'm so glad. That's what got happened right there. I'm so glad he prayed. I'm so glad he prayed for me. But guess what? When he prayed for me, guess what? He had me on his mind because he loved me. And he loved you as well. Right? And he took the time to what? No, we were going to need some help along the way. So I don't know about you. Through all that we find out that this evil is in our world, guess what? You got some protection. That's the preach about hills on the way. You got some protection. I'm going to tell somebody. If the Lord has sanctified you, what? Go out there and glorify him, what? For the things that done in your life. And not only that, when we become one. Scripture said when we all get there, we're going to show up. This ain't no shout down here. We praise the Lord and worship him especially out here. But when we all get to heaven, what a time we will have. Oh yeah. So when we know that our Father in heaven sent his only begotten Son that prayed for us, don't let Jesus' prayer go to waste. Believe and depend on all the things that you know. So may God bless you, may God keep you.